Phones.
These. I hate them.
I almost picked up some Spider-Man headphones today.
I don't want any headphones.
You don't want any headphones?
No, I can't. You can't see my earrings. They too big for my head. I don't like them. Fucking up my aesthetic.
Perfect. I see this one.
You see us live?
No, I'm trying to get the link for that though.
For which one?
The one you just went live on Union 215.
On Instagram, yeah.
Oh wait.
It should be live on Facebook too.
Sugar, honey, and fudge.
See my earrings.
Copy link.
But let a link spit it, say it ain't the same when Melly Mel did it. I get it, this is grown man's business, a young man's sport, but no, this ain't tennis. I ain't going back and forth with no clinic. Talk it, I live it, them trenches, I'm in it. No gimmicks, I don't need a cosign. They wanna ride it with a coattail, that's fine. See, I'm one of a kind, they don't make those. Better get your pesos, wrist with the face froze. I ain't with them baby hoes, I can spot a plain clothes from a mile away. We can put the smile away. 50 years of hip hop, this a holiday.
What up, what up, what up? Everybody on Facebook, everybody on Instagram, everybody on YouTube. What's happening? It's your man Montana Black, and we are back with another Raised in the 80s. Of course, y'all already know the homie AB is in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got some better lighting. You look real good on camera right now.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Also, we have Devon Styles, who camera is always just fucking immaculate for some better than everybody else's camera for some reason or another. You know what I'm saying? With the Insight, repping the Insight. I see you got the Insight shirt on tonight.
I do.
That joint look fly.
Thank you very much.
And we have the question tonight is being a boss chick sending the signal of wanting a wife instead of a husband? And when I say a wife instead of a husband, I don't mean actually wanting a female, but wanting a man to play the role of a wife and be the support system, which you should support your woman in what she want to do, but you can support it from a masculine role other than being your wife's bitch, pretty much. Because the whole boss chick, in my opinion, the whole boss chick is like, do that spill over into the house sometimes? Like, we're going to explore that concept and that idea. And of course, we got Who Got Lyrics, but you know what, we're going to wait for y'all to make some suggestions before we do another Behind the Bars. I want to get some suggestions from y'all on what artists we should go behind the bars and do. We did NWA, we did LL Cool J, and of course, we're going to be on the Insight tonight. We're going to go deeper into this conversation about being a boss chick. So I don't know, maybe we should start off with Who Got Lyrics, because I know you got your questions, right, Divine?
I have 2 questions.
You have 2 Who Got Lyrics, and what about you, AB?
I got 3.
You got 3? Good, because I don't have any. I don't have any Who Got Lyrics questions tonight.
Oh, that sucks.
It does suck. It does suck. But the way we're going to start doing Who Got Lyrics is that the audience that want to play the game is going to have to cash app to get into the game. We're going to ask these questions tonight. This is a free round.
Okay.
Of Who Got Lyrics, but eventually that's how we're going to play the game, because we want to be able to give away. As a matter of fact, what we can do tonight? I have a $25 gas card. Whoever get all the questions, because there's only 5 questions tonight, you got to get all the questions right. If you're going to play this game with us tonight, you got to get all the questions right, and you're going to get a $25 Shell gas card. All right. Let me see something here. Okay. Let me make sure.
A Shell gas card, and then you sign up for the little rewards point program too,
Right.
and then get some extra cents off of your dollar.
That part.
I just want to make sure that we are.
Gucci.
Okay, yeah, we Gucci. We are Gucci. All right, so, do I gotta do? Okay, you good right there?
I'm showing.
Okay.
What happened?
No, I wanted to see if I had something for your
Hey,
for your
Angela.
phone.
Oh, do you?
Thanks
I
for
don't.
joining.
I know too.
I don't, but if
It's cool. I'm chilling.
okay, perfect.
I'm always
perfect.
chilling.
How you feeling tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Why what?
Why you ask me
Obviously, there's some resistance on answering questions. I feel like the police right now. Do you know why I pulled you over?
that? Why did you pull
Why
me
did
over?
you pull me over?
Exactly.
First of all, I'm asking the questions here.
That sounded like a real cop question. Well,
Why did you-
Yeah, I'm asking the questions here, man. Do you know why I pulled you over? Do you know why cops even ask questions?
I'm not.
Anybody?
Because I'm not obligated to answer anything.
No, nobody's obligated to answer anything. But do you know why they ask questions?
To put you into the presence of their jurisdiction, just like a judge.
That's close. That's close. But to make their job easier, if I pull you over and I say, "Do you know?"
yourself?
You tell on your motherfucking self.
Do your job, officer.
They want an admittance of guilt right from the rip. They want you to admit that you're guilty, so there's no fight in court. Right? So if I ask you, do you know why I pulled you over? And he's like, I was doing. Thank you. You just made my job 10 times easier. This is not even going to be a fight.
I'm from the hood. I don't volunteer any information.
Honestly, what you're supposed to do is be deaf, dumb, and blind.
Or give an open-ended answer.
No answers at all. This is why they tell you
You have
what
the
you
right to
say
remain silent
can and will. It's not even it might be.
In a court of law.
It's not even it might be held against you in a court of law. It will be held against you in the court of law, no matter what you say.
Okay.
No matter what y'all say. Have y'all ever heard my joke, the magic dick? Y'all want to hear my joke about the magic dick?
Not really, but I'm here for it.
Did I ever tell you my joke about the magic dick?
I don't know.
All right,
Tell
so
us the joke.
So this businessman, and he's has a wife, and he's going to go on to a trip, and he know why he on this trip. His wife is gonna want to fuck somebody. So he goes to the voodoo store and he tells the voodoo doctor, like, listen, I need something that I can give my wife while I go away on this business trip that's going to keep her from fucking somebody. And the voodoo doctor says, I got the perfect thing. It's called the magic dick.
The magic dick.
The magic dick. And he's like, well, what the fuck did magic do? And he's like, I'll demonstrate. Magic dick, the floor. The magic dick start fucking the floor. Magic dick, the door. The magic dick start fucking the door. He said, magic dick, the counter. The magic dick start fucking the counter.
Wow.
And he's like, you know what? I'll take it. And he gets home and he tells his wife, he's like, honey, I went to the sex shop and I got you this perfect gift, and I'm going to be going away on a trip, but if you get horny, you can use this. And she's like, what's this? He said, it's called the magic dick. She's like, how do I use it? And he said, magic dick, my wife. And the magic dick started fucking his wife. And she was like, all right, bet. So he goes on this trip, and one day she in the house, she horny as shit. Right? So she was like, let me see what this thing really gonna do. So she pulled out the magic dick and she's like, magic dick my pussy. Magic dick start fucking in the pussy. Tearing it up.
Okay.
Clapping the cheeks. And she like, how the fuck do I stop this shit? She don't know how to stop it. So she like, oh fuck. So she get in the car and she started driving to the hospital to try to get the magic dick to stop. And she get pulled the fuck over. And the cop was like, lady, do you know why I pulled you over? And she said, I don't know. He's like, where you going? He's like, I gotta go to the hospital. This magic dick won't stop fucking me. The cop said, magic dick my ass.
Oh. And then the magic dick got him in the ass. And now she gotta go to jail too.
Right, for assault.
Right, like secondhand assault.
That was a long ass fucking joke, wasn't it?
For assaulting an officer of the
I knew
law.
it was getting somewhere though. It was definitely getting somewhere.
All right, that was my joke about the magic dick.
I don't know, y'all.
My
followers is like, what is going on?
Sexual assault. Cool. Gotcha.
Sexual assault on the officer. All right, so
going to jail.
Let's go ahead. We're going to start with Divine Styles.
We're going to start with my questions.
With your Who Got Lyrics questions.
Okay.
Nobody answer.
Nobody.
We're not answering no questions tonight. Nobody in the studio is answering any questions tonight.
Okay.
So, Divine, it's on you.
Okay. Hip hop royalty reminds us that knowledge reigns supreme. When he said, "Rage on the page," and he's not in a cage, and he's free to do what?
Damn it! I got this one.
Oh, and he's free as what?
Ain't here for no fronting, just to say a little something.
I thought we wasn't answering the question.
I didn't answer the question.
Oh, all right. I
didn't answer the question. I just wanted to give a little more insight on the question.
Oh, I didn't need you to do that, though.
No, you didn't, but the audience might.
So I'm
ask the question again.
Ask the question again.
Audience. Hip hop royalty reminds us that knowledge reigns supreme when he said rage on the page, and he's not in a cage, and he's free as a what? Anybody?
Yeah, we're going to wait for you. We're not going to answer this question in studio tonight. We're going to wait for y'all to answer this question. So y'all let us know. You heard? If y'all know the answer to this one.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
You put it in the chat?
Yeah, just put it in the chat. Whoever answers first. Or DM. Do a DM.
Put it in the chat. DM us. Put it in the comments. Whatever platform you are in. Should I ask the question one more time? Should I answer it one more time?
I wrote all these upside down.
All right, I'm going to ask it one more time.
Go ahead, ask the question one more time.
Hip-hop royalty... What does it say? Hip-hop royalty reminds us that knowledge reigns supreme. When he said, rage on the page, and he's not in a cage, he's free to do what? All right. Y'all stew in that, marinate with it, and put the answer in the comments, in the DMs, in the wherever you choose to put it. And remember, it's a $25 Shell gas card if you answer all 5 questions correctly. 5. My second Who's Got Lyrics question is, in this 1989 All-Star Anthem, what featherweight MC was funky, fresh, dressed to impress, ready to party, but wanted you to leave what alone?
That was a good one.
All right, I'm going to ask it again. In the 1989 All-Star Anthem, what featherweight MC was funky, fresh, dressed to impress, ready to party, but wanted you to leave what alone? Okay, y'all. Marinate with them questions.
Okay. All right, you guys. You got your 2 questions?
That was my 2 questions.
Got your 2 questions. All right, followers and everybody that's joined us tonight for a $25 Shell gift card.
That's because we got AB's questions.
Yes, yes. So you don't have to answer right away. You can put your answer in the DM, or you could put it in the chat for Who Got Lyrics. My first question is this. According to this artist whose song came out in 1980, what was the breaks?
What were the breaks? Somebody put these questions in the chat on Facebook too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, according to this artist whose song came out in 1980, what were the breaks? And then we're going to still put all the questions into the chats so you all can see them. But I'm going to repeat this one more time, okay? According to this artist whose song came out in 1980, what were the breaks?
And the thing is, and I know you know the song because the title of the song is actually in the question.
Exactly.
But he actually did say what the breaks are.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So there you go. That's your clue. My second question for Who Got Lyrics for $25 Shell gift card, gas card. Shoot, I need that $25 Shell gas card. I wish we was answering questions tonight, but here we go. According to this popular artist's children's story, once upon a time, not long ago, how did people live?
And remember, y'all, you have to answer these questions in lyric form, or it is not correct. If you don't answer in lyric form, it is not correct.
Right.
Okay, so Who's Got Lyrics? The question is, exit again, AB.
Okay, so again, for Who's Got Lyrics, according to this popular artist's children's story, okay, once upon a time, not long ago, how did people live?
Once upon a time, not long ago, how did people live?
Yeah, according to this popular artist's children's story.
So this is
Again, this
Who
song
Got
was released in
Lyrics.
1988. So, how did people live once upon a time, not long ago?
So the homie DJ Killer Cow, like you're putting the title of the song in the comment, right? And that's cool. You got the title of the song. But what you need to have is the lyrics that explains the answer that are in the song.
Right.
The lyrics are in the song. So if you know the lyrics, because this is Who Got Lyrics.
Right.
Yes, it's cool.
Right? So you have to know the lyrics to the song in order to answer the question, because the answer to the question is in the lyrics of the song.
Yes. And then for these questions, I'm giving you a clue of the song, so that way you can answer it in lyrical format.
Yes.
Okay? And here's my last one. These are all good questions. They're all based in the 1980s, of course. So for this rap duo whose song was released in 1987, what was the artist thinking? All right, I'm wording this wrong. This song was released in 1987. Rakim was thinking of what because?
I know the answer to this.
Oh, yeah, I know the answer.
Right? So again, this song released in 1987. Rakim was thinking of what because? Again,
What was Rakim thinking, and what did he have in his hand?
That's another way to word it too. Yeah.
In this song,
That's my shit.
Eric B. and Rakim told you that Rakim was thinking something, and there was something in his hand while he was the reason why he was thinking it.
Right.
So, remember, hold on, let's see what Killer Cow said. Brakes on the bus, brakes on the plane, brakes to make you go insane, brakes in love, brakes in war, and these are the brakes.
Break it up, break it up.
Get you on the floor, and these are the brakes. Break it up, break. That's that's one.
That's
Yo,
one.
you got what do you got? 4 more to answer?
Yeah, so we had what, 7 altogether?
No, it's 5 altogether.
Oh,
It's
5
5
altogether.
questions.
Yeah, so you got 4 more.
You got 4 more to answer. Did somebody put the questions inside of the chat on
I'll
Facebook?
do that right now.
Yeah, put it inside of the chat
Be right
on the
back, you
Montana
guys.
Black Facebook. All 5 of the questions. Killer Kyle, you have one of the answers, and you are 4 answers away from getting a $25 gas card for Shell.
Shell, $25. We giving away a $25 gas card, y'all.
Because that is the correct answer for one of AB's Who Got Lyric questions. Good answer. Good answer.
I love that. Congratulations. Now you got 4 more. If you missed the other questions, you can go back and watch this later.
You have to answer the questions during the show, though. If you answer the questions after the show, you won't win the gift card. Yes. You have to be present in order to play.
Exactly.
And please remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram,
all the platforms,
on
Twitter.
Twitter. We're not really on Twitter. I am on Twitter, but you can follow that if you want. But you can
make sure
Divine, you want to get them your Instagram,
and I'm going to add it into this chat too.
You can follow me at DE_VINE.styles with a Z at the end. Or The Insight, which is on
hey guys,
the flyer.
I'm adding the questions for you.
Say what?
Who, me?
Give them that one more time, Divine.
Divine Styles, that is DE_VINE.styles with a Z at the end, or you can follow me at The Insight, THEEINISGHT513.
All right. And AB, where can they find and follow you at?
All right. So for Facebook, you can find me at AB Fortune or at Amber Fortune. At Instagram, you can find me at Amber Fortune 90 or AB Fortune 215.
Solid. And if y'all don't know where to find me yet, I am Montana Black. That's Montana MONTANA _3LAK.official on Instagram, and Montana Black BLAK on Facebook. You can also find me on YouTube at Mr.Mankode Montana Black at Raised in the 80s on YouTube. And just in case y'all didn't know, I'm going to put it in your face right now. The album is out, The Factory. Now, what's special about this album, I'm gonna show it to you guys, is that it's not what you think it is. Like, if you see this right here and you see the album, this is the packaging, but this is what's special about this album. It's not a CD. Right, this is a USB album, the first of its kind. We're going to be doing this with all of the union artists. All of the union artists are going to have their albums on these personalized USBs that can play in your car, on your computer. You can take the music off of the USB and have yourself a flash drive to put your own information on it. And the beautiful thing about the USB is
isn't
that
it a couple music videos on there?
There is. The Welcome to Philadelphia music video is on here, and there's also a live performance of I'm on My Wave from me performing at the Fire at 412 Girard Avenue. Now, there is going to be a release party for The Factory. And guess when the release party for The Factory is going to be?
When?
On my birthday.
A double whammy.
A double whammy. We're going to have the release party for the Factory album on my birthday in July, and you won't believe where we're going to be having it at.
Where?
We're going to be having the release party, birthday party at the Platform, 1608 Ridge Avenue. But the way we're going to do it has never been done before. I'm not going to give y'all the spoiler right now. We're going to put it together first, and then y'all going to get to see. I don't know if you guys remember, but before Raised in the 80s, a little after the Union Society podcast, I started a podcast. It was called the Montana Black Experience. Well, we're going to be bringing you the entire Montana Black Experience at this release party. Things you might have not known. If you didn't know, I was the proprietor of the Philly Jam concert series. I was also the proprietor of Thursday Night Live at Club Zandu on Delaware Avenue. Also, the I Love Hip Hop show at 40th and Parkside. All of these different events over the last 23 years. Also, My Mike Mondays at Liquid Charms on Ray Street. Talented Tuesdays at 21 East Shelton at Champagne's. I have been giving artists platforms to curate their movements and talents in Philadelphia for over 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's veteran status right there. It's definitely veteran status right there.
Is what I love to do. I could have ignored, of course, I could have ignored every artist in Philadelphia and only focused on myself. Mm-hmm. But to me, that is not universal order, right? Like if I only focus on me and only think of me, then I will become an island and I will be isolated from everyone. Right, because all of my thought, everything that I do for the folks. Okay, you got all the questions in there?
I got my 3. I need Divine's 3 and.
Yo, what up, MAS? What up, Fire Nation in the building? What's the deal? You know what I'm saying? I see AB. You got all the questions in. I see 3 of the questions in there.
She don't have my questions.
I'm gonna add them to the Instagram live too.
To her.
You're sending her your questions, or you put them in yourself?
I'll put them in myself.
Okay.
What's up, All Purpose?
He's on your Instagram?
Just Chill, yes. Okay. Anna Gray. We got people watching. K-Walk. I'm going to put my question.
If y'all want to answer these questions, you have to answer them on the Montana Black Facebook page.
Yeah, right. You got to go to the Montana Black page, Montana Black .official to answer the questions, right?
Either on Instagram or on Facebook.
Right. Yeah. I added the links, you guys, so make sure you go join that. Those lives are on either Facebook or Instagram. The questions are here for you, but make sure you answer them in those DMs, okay? Or on those group chats. I'll be right back. I'm trying
to see where the live is, but I think I got to look at it from...
Let's be giving away a $25
gift card.
Shell gas card for answering these 5 questions. Yes, that was Slick Rick Perk, but you got to do the whole lyric.
Yeah, you got to do the lyrics in order to answer the question.
Don't tell me how to chew my gum. I'm being extra ghetto. You don't see the gold link chain, okay?
You don't see the gold link chain.
You lucky I ain't popping my gum.
Cause my lip gonna be popping.
Not my lip. I said my gum.
All right, so I see the live on Union 215 page. Where is the live for the Montana? Let's see.
I'm gonna make sure I definitely use a secondary device.
Fine.
Next episode, I'm gonna share the reshare to you guys too.
She made me spit my gum out.
Who did?
My business partner. She said I look horrible on live chewing gum like that. It's getting on my nerves.
All right, so we're live on all the Instagrams.
I'll be right back.
Listen, I see everybody on the Instagram on the Montana Black page. Philadelphia, what up?
What's up, Mil?
Philly Wonder Woman, what's happening?
Hey, got mom.
Sounds of a Millionaire, what's cracking? City Woods, what's happening? Lights Out. B Jones. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the IG, what's happening?
Answer that question.
If y'all know the answer to the questions, AB put the questions on Instagram as well. There's some of them on Facebook. If y'all know the answer to these questions, write out the lyrics. You have to give us the lyrics. Or if you want to go live with us right now, go to Facebook and send me not a request, but just DM me on Facebook. Message me on Facebook, and we'll bring you on, and you can answer the questions. How about that?
All right. So my 2 questions.
And my man Killer Cow answered. He said, "Once upon a time, not long ago, where people wore pajamas and lived life slow."
Good job.
And he also answered the Rakim question. He said, "Thinking of a master plan, cause ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand."
So did he answer my questions though?
Those are 3. He answered all 3 of Amber's questions. Yes. There's still 2 questions you have to answer, Killer Cow.
2 more questions and you got
Repeat those questions, Divine.
Okay, let me repeat my question. So, first question was, hip-hop royalty reminds us that knowledge reigns supreme. When he said, rage on this page and he's not in a cage, he's free as what?
To do what on stage?
Don't. It wasn't giving away
That's too much.
Yes.
Okay.
That wasn't my question.
I know,
What's
right?
wrong with the bull?
I don't know. You set up these like stipulations,
Right, and then just break them.
Right, just go.
I didn't break anything.
This is your 2nd time doing this so far.
Hey, Hayes. All right, second question is, in this 1989 All-Star Anthem, what featherweight MC was funky fresh, dressed and impressed, ready to party, but wanted us to leave the what alone? That's this one of my favorite hip hop artists. Boom. What was it, y'all? Did he hear me? Can he answer them 2 questions? And he win that $25 gas card.
Let's see.
I keep forgetting.
Not in love anymore.
I keep forgetting. Things will never be the same again. Told you, I'm all about the 80s. The 80s R&B, 80s soft rock R&B.
I think that'll be for the next episode. I'll do some like R&B 80s. Take it back to a time. Come on, you guys. 2 more answers to who got lyrics. And make sure you guys join the lives that we currently got going on now. But supporting.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we can invite the homie. I'm going to invite the homie Shaolin, Killer Cow, to come on with us.
Okay, awesome. I was just thinking, you know what we can do too? So
Yo, Kyle, hit that link. DJ Killer Cow, hit that link I just sent you, bro. We're going to bring you on the live with us.
Where he gonna pop up at?
Y'all be able to hear him?
Okay. I just wanted to know. I don't like people being behind me, and I don't know.
No, he's not going to be on there.
I'm just joking. Gee.
No, nobody's going to be on the
gastrointestinal situation.
I just want to test it out and see if the
every time I
live works.
Just keep belching.
You just need to be burped.
Right?
I think that's what I need.
Yeah,
too.
you need to be burped, or just like rub it in a circle right here, and like
get your gastrointestinal.
What did you eat today?
I had a eggs Benedict for brunch, and I had a cheesesteak last night, and I don't eat red meat.
Your spaghetti's just doing something.
My spaghetti?
Yeah, your intestines. Your
Oh,
spaghettis.
I didn't eat no spaghetti. But no, I had a from Stolly's. Around the corner on Bustleton Avenue.
Okay.
I mean, when I had the studio around the corner, I used to eat over there all the time, but I haven't had any red meat in like months.
You gotta did you eat the whole thing?
Please don't let him fool you because he burps. He just a burper. He burps.
Yeah, but it's always something. It's something that's agitating me in order for me to do that. So it's the steak and the red meat is what's agitating me right now.
Yeah, some gastro reflux going on.
I do have acid reflux.
He needs.
But I watch what I eat though. Like I don't eat things that's going to upset me. But I've been feeling a little sluggish, and I needed some type of.
You need a detox, and
no, I've already did that.
If you got some baking
I have
soda,
I have the turmeric and cucumber and ginger water in the refrigerator right now that I've been using to detox.
So do you do? All right, okay. So is that
He
in
just
conjunction
gassy.
with?
He just gassy.
You are being very informative tonight.
You belching.
Oh.
No, you don't think you on camera going.
No, I know I am because I know what I ate.
Well, next time you do it, just make us proud and do that shit loud and proud like that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Don't be a Homer.
I'm here
Simpson.
for
Unless if it comes up that way.
Don't be a Homer Simpson, please. Don't.
Yeah, if it comes up that way, that's how it's going to come up. But I'm not going to just belch my intestines out.
I don't know, fart or something. I don't know. But just don't do it in here.
No, it's coming up this way. It's not going that way. It's going up. It's not going down. What the hell was that? Did your inner child just get kidnapped?
That's my Mariah Carey.
When you try to hit the Mariah Carey notes?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So, did we get the other two questions answered?
Let's see here. Well, we can start to have that conversation
And then come back to them.
Yeah. I can't come on right now and at the moment. Okay. Oh, he did. He said, "Free as a bird to fly about on stage. Ain't here for no front, just to say a little something." So that was one of them.
Okay.
What was the other one?
The other one was what featherweight MC in this 1999 All-Star Anthem was fresh, dressed, and impressed, ready to party, but wanted us to leave what alone?
Hey, let me tell y'all something, because Killer Cow is a DJ, so I feel like he's cheating.
Yeah.
And he's been a DJ for Tough Crew, so I feel like he's cheating on the fact that he's a DJ, and he could probably tell you the breakdown of the time signature of where these lyrics appear on the record.
That's too intricate for my blood. That's way too.
Like, this is not fair for him to answer all of these questions like this.
It's just him?
Huh?
It's just him that got so far 4 out of 5?
And he just put the DJ emoji, the alien DJ emoji in the chat. Because he is killing these questions effortlessly. All right, so we're going to get into the topic right now for tonight. Is being a boss chick sending out the signal of wanting a wife instead of a husband?
It's being a boss chick sending out the signal of wanting a wife instead of a husband.
Wanting a wife, wanting a husband to be in the role
of
a wife. Like, can we agree, or do we agree that a husband and a wife have a role in a marriage to play?
Yes, they have their respective roles.
Now, we're not talking about gender roles, right?
Right.
We're talking about specific roles.
Expound.
On specific roles?
Yes.
So, what I'm going to ask you guys a question.
Okay.
The ladies, because we have two emotionally intelligent women in the studio right now, one on her phone sending out the questions, and one who has placed her questions in the chat. Did you see the look on her face just now?
I'm like, What?
like she was in some sort of trouble.
I was like,
My bad.
so what's the question?
The question is, what is it do women expect of a husband? What is the expectations of being married?
I would say be their equal counterpart and support system. Just like a woman's job is to support the husband, is also the husband's job to support his wife in a marriage.
So let me ask you this, because you said one key word.
Equal counterpart.
As a woman, do you want to be treated equally, or do you want to be treated fair?
I want to be treated equal. Doesn't equate to fair, so I want to be treated equally.
You want to be, so if I treated you equal, as you was my equal, that means if you put your hands on me, I can knock you the fuck out like a man. That means I don't have to open no doors for you. That means I don't have to pay for a goddamn thing for you if you're my equal. I don't have to do nothing for you as a woman, because you are my equal. Nothing.
And then on the reverse of that, I don't have to cook your meals for you.
You don't.
I don't have to.
I can do that myself. That is no value.
I don't have.
There's no value in that.
Provide you with any type of emotional or mental stability.
There's
as a
no
man.
value in that for a man, though. We don't care about that. I can cook for myself.
I don't care about a man opening the door for me or buying my meals, and I'm not gonna put my hands on you. So you have no reason to put your hands on me.
Exactly.
So, but
open my own
also,
doors.
if I treat you equally, that means that if you come out your face with something I feel as though is disrespectful, just like a man, I can punch you in your face.
No, because
I can do that to another man.
Well, verbal words and
So
physical
you
actions are still
even
different
punching a
things.
man in the face when he comes out his mouth disrespectful.
To put him in his place?
Yeah, that's
You
not
need
cool.
to learn better coping
you need to learn.
mechanisms, like,
you need to learn how to use your words more, sir.
baby.
Yeah, I can. But at the end of the day, when it's two men, we know where to draw the line as far as what we can say. I'm not going to stand in front of Mike Tyson and call him a pussy.
I'm not going to
Because I know the repercussions.
Hold call him a pussy.
But women do this.
Okay.
And
Women-
men do it to women as well.
Do what?
Men call women out their names just like women
Because
call
there's
men
no
out their
physical
names.
threat.
Okay, so where do you get from calling a man a pussy to punching a woman in the face? Where does that equate?
Did you not just hear what I said? Because if you want to be an equal,
disrespected.
if you want to be an
just-
equal, hold on. If you want to be an equal, right? Like another man that feels as though he is my equal, I can put him in his place with physical force.
That
I
means
know
you lack
is-
emotional and mental maturity.
Whatever. It doesn't matter what it
Situation
means.
better.
It doesn't matter what it means because men are competitive.
Okay, what is the question?
The question
what is
question was,
Yeah.
do you want to be treated equally or fairly? And AB said she would rather be treated equally instead of fairly.
No, what is the go back all the way back, rewind all the way back?
So
to what
the question of the
is for
topic
day.
of the night
The
is
insight
being a
topic of
boss
the day
chick. Is being a boss chick sending out the signal of wanting a wife instead of a husband, and wanting a man to be in the role of a wife, because a marriage has specific roles. We're not talking about gender roles. A marriage has specific roles, just like team members on a basketball team. There are 5 members, and everybody has a role to play on the team.
That's why I don't want these earphones on.
Your earrings are cute, by the way.
Thank you, but
You're
can't
welcome.
nobody see them.
I know.
Because I got these stupid things on my ears.
And these are conversations that men just don't have.
Okay.
Like
so
we
going back
just
to, so
so
going back to the
and you want to be
question,
equals.
You're right.
And you want to
I'm
be
not gonna have an
equals.
equal.
I would prefer not to have it equal because I don't want to be. I'm not equal to a man.
Thank you.
There's no way, shape, or fashion or form around it. I have no expectation or desire to be equal to a man. I love being a woman, and I want to be treated as such.
Nice.
But I can still open my own fucking doors.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's
But
get it.
as a man, a chivalrous
Be-
man,
be fair.
But being a chivalrous man,
Be fair
and
and
you
respectful.
being a chivalrous man, and you being in your feminine energy, I'm going to want to open your door. It's not because I have to. It's because I want to, because of you not being combative.
I'm very confused.
By being in your feminine energy and not being combative, this is going to be something I want to do. But if you're going to be in this, I'm your equal or I'm just as the same as you, then do it your fucking self. I'm not opening no jars. I'm not lifting no fucking boxes. I'm not doing nothing I wouldn't do for a man.
Yeah, I would prefer to be treated fairly and with respect. I'm not a man's equal. I have no desire to be a man's equal. I'm a woman.
So do you guys? And again,
here's my thing.
But
Your definition, and when you go into boss chick, boss chick to me does not mean being the type of woman and being in a relationship with a man where I make him feel less than, or I'm
nobody's saying that.
Treating him like a
nobody's saying that
bitch.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that I say this is sending a signal.
So
right, so you may not have no intentions of making him feel like a bitch or making him feel like he has to play a wife role, but let's not act like if a woman has a business that her last name is generating profit, right? The last name that her father gave her, and she hyphenates that name because of a business. That is a reason to hyphenate your name. But some women with no business attached to their name would want to hyphenate their name in a marriage. That right there is I'm gonna say boss chick vibe that is sending a signal of emasculating their husband.
Well, I will say this in regards to being a boss chick, and do you want a wife instead of a husband, and the sub question of equality versus fairness.
No, that's not a sub question. That was just something between me and you. No, but go ahead.
Well, I'll just treat it as a sub question. So I would want to be treated, the reason why I say I would want to be treated in the confines of basically business and dynamics, yes, I would want that level of equalness. Now, of course, do men and women have their individual gender roles or roles that they play in their relationship? Of course. When I say equal, I don't mean on the terms of, oh, I can do a 50-yard dash quick, just the same as you because you're a man. We all know that men have more testosterone than women do. But
not today.
But I mean, you're not wrong, but
not today.
Yeah, that's true. Like it has gone down a lot. But in regards to being a boss chick, no, you don't want a husband to be your housewife. You want your husband, especially if you're a boss, you want your husband to be your equal in regards to business. If me as a woman, I have a business and my husband does not, then I'm gonna put him up on games to have his own business as well. So there's a equal level playing field. It's up to him if he wants to, get out there and do it from the muscle like I had to do it, or work with me together as my equal in that business, but not in my marriage. So because any work being done should be left at the door when you get home at the end of the night.
So what I want to ask you is, one, being in a marriage, do you feel as though you should be equally yoked?
Yes.
So why would you, if you're running a business, even deal with someone that doesn't have that mental
you could have been married for years before you decided to start a business.
But even still, like if you were to start a business and you've been married for years and your husband has no desire, and he would have to have known this, that you were ambitious, and he doesn't have the same ambition or is as ambitious as you are, that would make you unequally yoked.
Unequally yoked in regards to finances and bringing things into the household in regards to money. But
do you
that's
feel
not
as though
being
that
unequally
is
yoked.
that not a
that's
man's
like basically
role?
Saying that, hey, I mean, some people like this type of thing. One person is 4'9" and the other is 5'11". That can be considered unequally yoked.
No,
one person
height
could
doesn't,
be making $30,000 a year, and the other person could be making
$90,000 a year. Unequally yoked.
That can make you unequally yoked. One person could be Christian and the other could be Muslim. That can be considered unequally yoked.
It can be. Those things can be, but I don't think height can make you unequally yoked. But why would you go, like, if you don't share the same core values,
right,
like you said, Christian and Muslim, then why would you even go into a situation with someone where you're going to make this your life partner.
That's why you date before you get into a relationship and you get engaged before you get married. So you can either get on the same accord, and if your pros outweigh your cons, then you find a way to become equally yoked. If you cannot do that, then no, it's not going to work.
I'm not going to hold you. I find a issue with dating, and I'm going to tell you why. The issue with dating is that you get into a habit of leaving a situation that becomes difficult. Like you're dating, and like with dating, this is why you're supposed to wait as far as sex until you're married, right? Because with dating, you starts to form habits of this is not working, I'm out, and
you have to be
and
realistic.
in my opinion, this could be the bottom line why the divorce rate is as high as it is.
People rush things nowadays. You really got to take your time to actually study the person, study yourself, and study the dynamic that you have. People rush to do things to say, hey, that I have hey, I got married, hey, I got a husband or a wife, but they might not even really know each other for real. Oh, for real. You know, so you have to take your time and date.
Y'all know what it means when Divine Styles is quiet, right?
Or your dislikes.
When,
things like that.
Because now, the camera's on you because you have been like just soaking it all up, soaking it all in. I don't know if the brain is like in overdrive right now.
Oh, you want me to say something?
We want you to give your insight.
Okay, so as far as being a boss chick, I always feel like I'm a very wordy person. Clarification is very important to me. So, boss chick to me is a very strange word. Like for me, I am a boss chick. I own multiple businesses, but that does not negate the fact that I am a very feminine woman. So being in a relationship with a man, I'm a boss outside of the home. You have to know when to turn it off.
I agree.
And you have to be with a man who is masculine enough to say, when I step in this door, he's masculine enough to say, baby, you don't run shit in here.
Do we hold on?
And that doesn't have to be like
the way you said it,
verbally come out his mouth.
Right.
But that energy should be able to take over, because women don't want to be masculine. We don't want that.
That's true.
Are you speaking for every woman?
I'm speaking for the women that I have come in contact with, the women I have close relationships with, the women who I've spoken to. I've done women's mental health events. I've been in contact with multiple women. I've done sister circles. I have a lot of beautiful boss bitches around me all the time.
So what I'm hearing you say is that, in a nutshell, that a woman, a
whole woman.
I'm gonna say healed woman.
Okay, we can call them healed or whole. Because I'm coming with one.
Okay.
I'm not
So
big on that half and half thing.
Let me finish
either.
What I'm gonna say here in regards to a healed woman who understands her triggers, her traumas, and her shortcomings, right? Are you saying that she will be in her feminine energy for the right man, or she will be in her feminine energy regardless? Because if she has to wait for the right man,
then
because
you might never be.
The right man is a choice.
But here's my thing: we're talking about a relationship that's already established.
Right.
No.
Yes.
You were.
That's the topic.
That's the topic.
I said, is being a boss chick sending a signal of wanting a wife instead of a husband? This is not a relationship that is already established. This is getting from point A to point B.
Well, for the right man, it shouldn't signal for him that she wants a wife instead of a husband.
But I'm always in my feminine energy, and I can't dictate how people translate that. Like, I've been around men who say I'm very feminine, but I have nigga tendencies. So it's like, what?
All right, so let me ask you guys this, because
so that does not stop me from being a boss, and I don't feel like I don't believe.
Or are you saying that because I am a boss, I have to have male tendencies because I'm running my enterprise or my business to generate something for myself? That seems like an insecurity.
Do you guys see? Right, because I never said anything about a boss chick being someone that has a business. You guys interpreted that.
I mean, what else? What do you consider a boss? Let me ask you that question. What do you consider
someone with self-control?
Okay.
Because the only thing you can be a boss of
is your own institution.
Is self.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The only thing you can be a boss of is self. Okay. Like, you can tell somebody what to do, but they have free will.
True.
Correct? Like,
True.
Even a supervisor on a job site can tell somebody, this is what you're going to do.
True.
Not even X. As far as this job, this is what you're going to do. Now, as far as that person doing it, is a whole nother category. Because now, if I say, this is what I'm going to do, and I make a verbal contract with myself, and I uphold that contract, I'm being a boss.
You're boss of your own institution.
Or if I'm providing for my constituents, if I'm providing for my faculty, not only just employing them, but giving them enough to whereas if they want to take off from what they have and create their own, they can.
And that's
owning a business doesn't make you a boss.
Well, you can think about it like this: everything in life is a business.
Life is the
business
of life.
Business of life.
Yeah,
I'm a boss in life.
Period.
I'm a boss with my business. I'm a boss of myself. I have very good.
But do you guys realize what I'm saying here? Like,
yes.
As soon as I said the word boss, y'all mindset went straight to business. I say boss chick. Being a boss chick. Now, when I say being a boss chick, I'm not speaking of being a proprietor of a business. I'm saying someone that is in complete control of themselves.
And there we go with the wording again. It's all about the wording. So
because the way
the word
boss, two different ways.
Right. So the word boss to most people, they're going to equate it with employment because that's what they know. Right? Because controlling yourself is not something that majority of other people want to shift blame. They don't want to take accountability for anything that goes on in their life or anything that they do that is in detriment of themselves.
And that's not sustainable because you end up crashing and burning from not having accountability, self-awareness, or even control of yourself.
Right. So again, something I always say, right? No matter where you are in life, is the result of your best thinking. No matter where you are, no matter what's going on in the world that you are projecting from your eyes, from your perspective, from your core values, this is all you're doing. How people treat you, how they talk to you, how they handle you, how they engage you. And people will get mad at other people. Don't talk to me like that. Who are you talking? Who the fuck you think you're talking to? You gave them permission to talk to you like that. There was something you did, something they saw you do, something you allowed, and you're mad at them for talking to you that way. This is...
Before you could point a finger to someone else, you have to point two back at yourself.
This is where accountability escapes most people, right? So my anger is very expensive. It is very expensive.
Lord have mercy.
Can anyone, and you guys have known me for a long time. Have you? Well, Amber has known me. You have known me for quite some time. Have you ever seen me angry?
No, and then even when there are moments that you want to get angry, there's just like this flash of fire in your eyes, but then you do this chill thing, and then you just get into this tonish politically correctness, and it's just like,
because I'm diplomatic. I'm very diplomatic, right? It's not even that. I feel like you're just basically. I'm telling you what it is.
You're weighing your pros and your cons about the situation before you respond, because the way you respond.
Because I've slept on that metal. I've slept on that metal bed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It don't feel good.
It's not fun.
No.
I'm saying I've never slept in the boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on the top bunk, bottom bunk.
I like to eat good food. I don't like.
I've ate those cheese sandwiches. I drunk that tea. You know what I'm saying?
The tea?
The tea in the plastic cup, and you get your plastic spoon and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've shared that 4x9. Like, not only just that, right? I've seen the other side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've came close to death. You feel me? Like, I've experienced it. And you know what? Real quick, I want to send a rest in peace to my homeboy Ike, who I just saw his obituary on Facebook. I also want to send a rest in peace to my homie Doughboy, whose services is going to be this Tuesday. Like, folks are dropping like flies these days.
And time is getting shorter and shorter.
Time is getting shorter and shorter, and it's closer to the end than we think. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the party's almost over.
I have a question for you. Just going back on topic, right? So the question is, again, does being a boss chick constitute... Well, repeat the question for me.
The question is being a boss chick sending a signal of wanting a wife instead of a husband?
So on the flip side of that, because you asked us as the women in the room, does being a boss chick for you signify that she may want a wife instead of a husband out of the male counterpart?
So for me, and again, I guess I should have gave clarification on the word boss, right? But I wanted to see how it was going to be interpreted.
Okay.
But I should have gave clarification on the word boss. And a woman that has self-control is not emasculating, right? It is not, for me, sending a signal of wanting a wife. Because at the end of the day, like, when she's exhibiting that self-control, is more of a feminine energy of not allowing men to be in her face at the bar, or being too approachable by the opposite sex, right? Or having male friends that you know are interested in you sexually, but kicking it like, oh, that's like a brother to me.
Right.
That's the homie. We know what that means.
Right.
We know what the homie get. We know what the homie package come with. Men know this. I was a homie. Like, we've been the homie.
But then there's also instances where you've literally just been the homie. Yes,
but that's because of me. That's because of me having self-control and seeing the value in the friendship.
Right.
Right.
Because again, also it goes back to that saying, people will only do what you allow. So
that's
if you
it.
get friend zoned, whether it's by you or whether it's by her, there was a conscious choice to be made to say, hey, this line is not going to be crossed.
And it can't be crossed, right? Because once you do, now I'm not going to sit here and act like I've never crossed that line,
right? And it's
but now I've lost a friend of 23 years.
Then you got to really think: is it worth it?
I mean, music ain't make that song for no reason.
just a friend.
I just want my friend back.
Oh,
Na 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 na. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what about the Just Friends song? That's a good one too.
Just Friends?
Yeah, Just Friends by Music Soul Child. And I know this might sound strange.
Oh yeah, no. It's a good song, but again, for me, is one of my disciplines. Right? That's one of my disciplines. Where as though, if we going to be partners, homies, do business, there will be no sex.
Yeah, that just murkies the water.
There will be no sex.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Now, also depending on how we came into the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you might be already on the other side, and then we move into these business ventures.
But then you and that other party needs to really sit down and say, hey, is it worth doing this status quo, but knowing that we have something very fruitful on the line? I don't consider emotional or physical needs more fruitful than what can be built and generated.
Never.
So you have
but again, me personally, I'm not going to be dealing with anyone that doesn't have the emotional intelligence to separate and compartmentalize their own emotions and actions.
Learn the art of detachment as well.
I don't even think you have to detach. Honestly, what I think you have to do is just be aware of when your feelings are spilling from one situation or conversation into something where they shouldn't be.
I agree with that.
Right? So then we got to get the bounty, the quicker picker upper, and and get the wiping the table off.
My
because
God.
you spilling, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Niggas milling about, spilling their feelings in the air. What'd you say?
I ain't say absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you're awfully. I mean, do you have anything to offer into that?
Y'all just talked about 17 different subjects. So
Anything you want to offer, any insight you want to offer is more than welcome.
I got ADHD. I don't know what's happening.
What's happening is we're going into
I think everything ties together.
The depth of the question in regards to being a boss. First of all, what do you consider being a boss? In your own, not even as far as what I'm saying a boss is, but from your own personal perspective.
I mean, I agree with that. Like, I feel like being a boss is someone who is able to control their emotions, who has self-awareness and who they are. That's why I say, instead of saying a healed woman,
A whole woman.
I'm a whole woman. I know myself. Nobody can tell me anything about me that I do not know.
So what about the 90% of your brain that you don't use?
This is what I'm talking about. Are we gonna focus on one thing?
Right, but
are we talking
that's
about
why I
this
said
one
healed. This is why,
subject?
right? We are.
But
I want to bring it back. I want to bring it back to being healed and being whole. I don't think that we can ever be
But
whole
did
because
we not ask me about my definition?
Yeah, right. Even in your definition, there's
I didn't get a chance to explain my definition because you asked another question.
Yeah, you did.
No, I'm not asking a question. What I'm saying is because you said this is why you said whole instead of healed.
And then you asked a question, what about the 90% of your brain that you don't use?
Right, because you're saying whole. Is that an can you be whole?
I that's what I said I was.
Okay.
And then you trying to divert it by saying, but what about the rest of the 90% of your brain you did not use? So
I don't know.
are you saying that you can't be whole if you're not using 100% of your brain?
Yes. Because
Expound why you cannot
because
be
your
whole.
thoughts is what generate the emotions in your feelings, right? Like you're not going to have any feelings without thought.
So, as a boss and as a whole person, I think that your whole constitution, your mind, your body, your spirit, your emotional intelligence, your mental intelligence has to all be on the same accord and functioning like a well-oiled, cohesive unit.
In order to
move forward successfully in whatever realm of life that you have for yourself. Because if you do not have that, you're not whole. You cannot be considered a boss because you're cleaning up mistakes. Bosses been through trials and errors in any aspect of life to basically give them the knowledge and wherewithal to know how things in regards to their life is going. So anybody else that comes into their sphere of life knows as that boss, okay, if she says that she doesn't eat meat because she's vegan, I have to respect that because it's not good for that boss's constitution, and so forth and so on.
Okay, so again, just to, with your own words, having your emotions, your feelings, and your physical
Emotions
actions.
and feelings are the same thing.
I mean, thoughts. I'm sorry.
Your mental
thoughts,
capacity, your
your
emotional.
thoughts, your emotions, and your actions.
Your physical constitution.
Your actions.
Okay.
Right? Your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions being in accord. What is going to be the result of these three things?
A positive outcome for your constitution.
And do you think that
if it's not in accord, then you're going to have more mistakes or fuck ups than you will have success?
So then there should be a formula in order to get these things in accord, correct?
I mean, there's no one print off formula for everybody because every individual is different.
So
Like, just
why
like
do we,
every
if that's the
business-
case, then why do we have the psyche dictionary that pretty much classifies mental illnesses, right? If that's not going to be in accord for everybody, if you're exhibiting these behaviors, this is the label that is going to get put on you, and that's going to be across the board for everybody.
Well,
correct?
let's talk about that for a second. Someone could say that they're bipolar, but a person might not be necessarily bipolar. They might have.
But if you're diagnosed
But listen, follow me for a second. Just because a person might be diagnosed bipolar doesn't necessarily mean they're bipolar. They could just have a mood disorder. That doesn't constitute being bipolar. It's highs and lows. You're either manic or you're depressive. Moods, sometimes you're happy or you're sad. Anybody can technically be considered bipolar. You drank too much coffee. Now I'm manic, so now I got to be bipolar. Or I didn't get enough rest.
if
now
you're
I'm depressive.
professionally diagnosed, right? This would be across the board, right? From somebody that has spent the necessary amount of time studying these categories, right? And they come to the conclusion that this person is this title. Does that not mean that that would be anyone that exhibits those behaviors, right, would be
It's basically
with their,
it's like a universal checklist. Basically, it's not a one size fit all type of thing. So that's why there's a difference between.
I'm not really asking a question, but go ahead.
There's not. That's why there's therapists or psychiatrists or psychotherapists, things like that. Because
psychologists.
Yeah, so
all these people are in practice. None of them are.
That's what I was waiting to hear.
Okay, but wait, before you go into another zillion questions.
I'm not asking questions.
Okay, so
I'm setting up.
First of all, having something be diagnosed by these professionals across the board, it's a practice. I personally have depression. I suffer from manic depression, which means I have extreme highs and lows.
Who told you that?
A doctor.
And you believe
who practices. Can I speak?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Okay, so that means I have extreme highs and lows. I've had this since I was a child. That does not mean everything in this list that these doctors made up gets checked off. I have these characteristics of someone who suffers from manic depression. That looks different in everybody.
You're saying what I said.
But there are specific things that me as a manic depressive and another person as a manic depressive have in common. But my manic might be different from someone else's manic.
But it's still the same name.
It's still the same name
Okay.
because
So you're saying exactly what I'm saying.
It's a canopy, and then you have its branches.
You're saying exactly
it's
what I'm saying.
branched off into
so what
different
I'm,
things.
what the point
But
that I'm
it's a
getting
practice.
to, the point that
Well,
I'm
they're
getting
all
to is this,
practicing.
right? Us as melanated people, right, and these diagnoses, I don't think they fit us. Right? I think our thinking and our spirituality is not the same as everybody else's
It's not.
in the world.
It's
right?
not.
We can have conversations like, yeah, my grandmother came to me in my dreams last night and told me to play these numbers. Right?
Right.
But you go to a fucking psychiatrist and tell them that
They were like, "Oh, you schizophrenic."
this motherfucker's schizophrenic.
They won't.
You hearing voices. What?
But then you
You
got
said they won't do that.
They won't do that.
Yes, they will.
honestly. So
when
you
was the last time you were at a therapist?
Probably about 2 years ago.
Because I have a therapist that I speak to
That's
every
cool.
Tuesday, and she's never told me
She's
that-
white?
No, she's black.
Didn't I just say that?
But this is what I'm saying. That's why
I just said
you have to get the right therapist. My therapist
No,
isn't.
I simply just said
Right. She's
that
not.
us
She's
as melanated people.
Yes.
So you just said that your therapist is a melanated person.
Exactly.
But she wouldn't say that. She won't say
Exactly.
it's
So
different for
all
women
these
and trans.
melanated people going to these white people, letting them tell them what their issues are, is different. That's why in therapy you can specifically ask for the certain type of person. I want a woman. I want a man. I want someone who's African American.
I want somebody that's a part of LGBTQ.
I want somebody who is
who's-
Christian. I want
Okay.
somebody who's you can
So
ask
do you
for
guys?
these things.
Because I don't want to get too far away from the topic.
We way
but
far away from the topic.
no, we're not. We're still there because this all goes to
governing
psyche.
your constitution as a
I never
boss.
even finished what I was talking about when I was saying I was a whole woman. So
That's true.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that
you did.
I mean that
But
that
we
is
just
going
gonna
away from the
skip on
topic.
over it.
That's going away from the topic.
I never got to the topic because we stopped at me talking about being a whole woman. But it's okay. 'Cause let's keep it moving.
Okay, we're going to keep it moving. In regards to a boss chick wanting, as far as a boss chick wanting a wife instead of a husband, I think it's going to really boil down to what the male is going to feel about.
His mental, emotional, and
Right.
action-oriented constitution. Because even for me, I'll say it like this: like, I'm just getting into like my soft girl era, my femininity. Like you told me the other day, stop thugging out here in these streets. Yes, I don't want to be that person. I'm not that person anymore. But as a person that has regulation over their own constitution, whether it's personal, domestically, or in business and everything like that, I personally do not want a wife. What do I need a wife for when I have me? Okay, I have to be feminine for myself. I can't expect a man to do that for me.
So what brings you out of your female energy?
When a motherfucker got me fucked up.
That part.
Period. Like, don't, because the way the type, and you know me, so the type of person that I am, I'm very laid back, I'm very open minded, I'm very chill
Very
until
chill.
someone.
Are y'all
gets me
promoting
fucked
right
up.
now?
Yes, we're promoting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because
We're
at the
promoting.
end,
What?
We're promoting
your own
raising-
femininity.
No,
I'm not-
No,
I'm
that's
not
not. No,
promoting.
So-
it's not a promotion. This is just who I am, basically.
Right.
So, as a person going from having to live in survival mode
That's
and then
promotion.
be in a masculine energy or whatever, going into a
But
person.
why do you feel as though you
I'm not
ever
done
have
yet.
to be in the masculine energy?
So as a person coming out of survival mode, because usually when you're in survival mode, you have to be in a masculine energy.
Why?
For me personally, that's what it was, because I have to.
Yeah,
make
why?
Sure, you got to let me finish explaining why.
Jesus.
Are you done, or you got another question?
No, like you say it for you personally, you have to be in a masculine energy.
Personally, and this is not a promotion, this is just who I am. I had to be in a masculine energy because I was in survival mode. I did not have a man or someone that was masculine for me to do that. So I had to basically try to balance myself out. If you don't get that, I'm sorry.
yeah,
you
it's
don't
kind
get
of.
that. But what I'm saying is
throwing me
this:
off.
now that I'm not in a survivor's mode, or is basically out here surviving, I'm living life. It allows me to be more soft. It allows me to be more demure. It allows me to be more feminine versus having to scrape and scramble and things of that nature to survive.
So, were you surviving as a man?
I was surviving as a woman.
But you were in your masculine energy.
I was in every
So that would be surviving as a man.
Every man and every woman has feminine and masculine energy. It's about balance for it, honestly.
So think about this for a second, right? If you're in survival mode, wouldn't that make you want to be more feminine to get more?
I mean,
or do you think you get more as a man? Because I think women get a lot more out of the world than men do.
Okay.
Do y'all disagree with that?
You feel as though women get
At
more
what
out
cost
the world.
is the
Exactly.
thing.
Why
At
do I
what
need
cost?
to be
I'm not willing to sell my soul because I'm a woman to
and I'm
get
not
something
gonna
from a man.
finesse. I'm not going to finesse.
Even as people are more willing to help a woman
But they want something
without
That's
wanting,
a lie.
Without wanting anything in return.
That's
That's
a
not
so
true.
so let me
lie.
ask, you were with me. Did I want anything from that woman that ran that light?
No.
Do you think I would have did the same thing?
Lady.
Did you think I would have did the same thing for a man? I don't give a
think
fuck.
so.
No, I wouldn't have gave a shit.
Okay.
Right? But this is why I'm saying women get more out of the world.
Like, wait,
Yo,
the old lady in the light. Wait, okay.
Oh, yeah, you wasn't there. But at the end of the day, we could just take a look at Mother's Day and compare it to Father's Day. Women get more from the world than men. So why would you want to, at what point do you ever feel, or why should you ever feel you need to be in a masculine
All right, so
energy?
let me answer that real quick, right? Because I felt like I needed to be in my masculine energy because I'm not looking to receive anything from the world because I know nothing in this world comes for free. So I'm not going to sit up there and compromise my constitution, finesse, or be somebody that I'm not to get stuff done. So I worked off of my brain and I worked off my brawn, basically. I didn't work off of my looks or my finesse or anything like that. I put my pedal to the metal and I didn't wait for handouts. I had to go and get it. Just like men have to do. Men have to go and get it because no one's giving them anything for free. And I didn't expect anything for free. I don't expect nothing for free because I know it all comes with a price. Even for a man, when a man has to go out there and get it and you make a deal, some type of deal, it's because the other party you're making a deal with is expecting something in return from you, just like
all right, let me shut this down. I'm gonna shut this down.
Why?
Because listen, I'm gonna shut this down because I have 3 daughters.
Okay.
And I watched as they grew into young women to women, right, to being adults.
Okay.
And my youngest daughter, I remember taking her to daycare, right? And I watched the colorism, I watched the ageism, and the whole entire process, right, of these 3 females coming into their womanhood. And I saw how the world treated all 3 of them. Right? And I'm not going to say I studied it, but I paid attention. And I watched people give my youngest daughter, especially when she was like toddler stage, like we could walk past a fruit stand and they wanted to give her stuff. Right? And the same thing with my oldest daughter. And now, as gorgeous as she is, as pretty as she is, people just want to do things for her and give her stuff without her having to give them anything in return. Right? And my second oldest.
Technically, she did give them.
Hold on, let me finish. Y'all want to be
It was an energy exchange.
Right? So. Out of all 3 of them, and me watching this, right, and even with their mothers and their grandmothers, like I watch the world give to women and sacrifice for women. And like this is the whole thing of being chivalrous. Like if a woman is cold, you let her wear your jacket. If a woman whatever a woman needs, like men innately want to give to them. Right? You hear it in all of the old R&B songs because ain't nobody singing to these women today.
Lord, there's no such thing as R&B today, but
right. So you hear it in all of the old R&B songs. I give you the sun, the moon, the stars, every fucking shit we can't even give you.
But what does she provide back in return?
Nothing, because the earth gives nothing to the sun. The sun provides light, heat, and everything to the earth. The earth gives nothing to the sun. So men don't want nothing, and women will be quick to say
Like
all
you
men
said
wanted some pussy.
earlier,
So if a man only wants pussy from you, it's because it's all you have to offer. You have nothing else to offer. But if you had something else to offer, then he would want that. So if you're a woman and you're running around saying all men want is pussy, sweetheart,
how are you carrying yourself?
That's all you have.
But it goes back to your earlier statement of saying that about the whole equalness or fairness thing. So you're saying the songs or everybody offers things to women because it's given so freely. That's not necessarily true. Let's take a man and a woman in a relationship. The man is a man is considered a hunter gatherer. So yes, you want to be chivalrous.
Whose idea is that?
That's just how history has gone.
Whose history?
History in general. Okay, so basically, if a man is providing for a household, what is the woman doing? She's making sure that the upkeep of the household is good, or she's making sure that he can relax at the end of the day, or things like that.
You know what a woman provides?
What?
Inspiration,
amuse,
joy, like a joyful woman, and you see this in the hood, right? You see this in the hood when there's a bunch of niggas on the corner. Right, and that one lady who walks down the street and niggas straighten the fuck up, pull their pants up. Hey, stop cussing when Miss what's her name walk past here, and they will check fucking each other. They will check each other.
That's me.
Huh?
That's me.
When you walk through?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Then
I do.
Niggas, when a woman walks through a bunch of disrespectful ingrates, they gonna straighten the fuck up.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna get their act together on the Johnny on the fucking spot. But when a Smeezy walk by,
yeah, you know the difference in the energy.
When a Smeezy walk by, hey, sweetheart with the with the big titty, with the fat ass, you hear me, bitch? It's a different energy.
But why is that though?
Because that's what she presented.
So it's an era of authority.
So whatever you're promoting and whatever you're advertising, that's what we gonna try to buy. So if you're advertising respectfulness because you respect yourself on some that shit Jill Scott did with the microphone, she was able to get away with that shit because of how respectful she stands.
Her regalness.
Woo! That was a good word. Yeah. So she could get away with that shit she did with the microphone, and we're still going to give her that respect.
Because that's not her MO.
That's not her MO, and we know that. But a Cardi B, a Sexy Red.
Oh my God.
Hey, come suck on this. Hey, yeah, you gonna get all that. You gonna the tag come with the fucking shirt.
But that also comes with a breakdown too. Back in the day, like what soul music, like 60s, 70s, 80s, and it's just everything's just broken down since then. There's nothing left to the imagination anymore. Everything is about instant gratification or in your face.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, right, being a boss, there's nothing wrong with being a boss chick. There's nothing wrong with, but I don't think in with applying logic that a woman ever has to be in any type of masculine energy. You will get more from the world with honey than you do with shit. Right? And I'm not saying that men ain't shit. We have to be able to sometimes disconnect emotionally. Women do not. The reason we have to disconnect emotionally is because they say heavy is the head that wears the crown. Right? So we have to make decisions that may hurt you.
Right, but as a woman as well, you can't make decisions based off of your emotions. You cannot. You have to know how to disconnect your emotions and be a logical thinker so that way you can get better results and outcomes. Because when you move in an emotional way, whether you're a male or a female, something's bound to go wrong.
All right, so one, right? We have to understand is that women going into the workforce was a ploy of the government in order to create 2 taxpayers instead of 1. Right, so it only benefits the government because now the teachers and TV is raising your kids. You're not raising your kid. The mother is the first teacher of the children, that she gets the information from the father, just like the earth gets the energy and the heat from the sun, right? And this is the direct connection to the higher being.
I'll even say that
as far as divine order. So if you're not at home and the cell phones and the TV and the teachers in the streets are disciplining and raising the kids and rule with an iron fist, and then you think you want to come in and implement your thoughts and your emotions to this male or female child,
oh, that's oxymoronic.
It's not going to happen.
But also, you got to think about it like this too. Women were originally used to make deals or form together partnerships between warring tribes or rival countries.
Yes.
Women were treated as dowries. Women were used to basically, we'll pay this family.
We've always
plus
been property.
give you my first daughter.
Even in Africa, we were property.
Right. So you can't even say that.
Not property.
No,
right?
It's property.
It's not property. So let me.
You can make it.
Okay, y'all gonna talk over top of me now, but I'm not gonna make it sound pretty. I'm going to make it the reality. The reality is that marriage was the bond between tribes.
Marriage is a business.
Right. So one, when you're talking about, it's not property, right? It's about lineage. Mm-hmm. It's not about treating. Hold on, let me finish. It's not about treating a woman as a piece of property. It's one, making sure that my daughter is going to be taken care of when I leave this planet. So I'm not going to send her somewhere or put her in a position where she can be harmed or anything that can happen to her, or her life is going to be difficult or hard. So if I have to leave her to make that decision, y'all see what these women are choosing. They are choosing the fucking bums. And you know how I know? Because I was one. I was one of them baby boy ass niggas dropping my baby moms off at work, taking her motherfucking car and going to fuck other bitches. Right? But as soon as I got myself together, as soon as I got my cars in my own name and my business in my own name and my place in my own name, bitches don't want me no more.
Because they can't control you?
Exactly.
All right, I get you there. But think about it like this. If fathers, like, let's just go back into history, like tribes in Africa. If there's just an overlord, a tyrant, and you marry your daughter off because you don't want you don't even, because of lineage, no, you don't want the best for your daughter, knowing that this is a murderous
that man
piece
is a
of
moralist
shit.
Man.
Right.
That's
but
a
you're
moralist
only
man.
doing it so that you can continue your tribe's lineage. But so you're
that
basically
is a moralist
sacrificing
man.
your child. You're sacrificing your child.
So that is not a man of wisdom. That is not a man.
But they did it all throughout history.
All throughout history.
Okay, those men were tyrants themselves, though.
But they still, even to today, you like take the upper echelon or the 1% or whatever. Do you think that their children marry down? No, their children don't marry down. You're gonna marry Bill Gates' daughter to the Hilton son because we need this family to come.
Bill Gates' daughter is not dating.
I'm saying that
so
as an
if we're gonna use that name, she's dating a regular ass dude, a regular ass black guy.
As an example, I'm gonna take Bill Gates' daughter and marry it to this Hilton boy because we need this family to come together in a partnership. It's business. You're basically treating that son and that daughter like property, basically. And most of the time, the women never have the choice to actually say if they want to do that marriage. But the father is saying, but it's good for the family. What about the legacy?
So then, if that's the case, why do women want to keep their father's name and hyphenate their name?
What?
Why do women want to hyphenate their father's name?
That's some women. That's not all women.
Well, there's some daughters, not all daughters.
Or how about when people get divorced, why not go back to your maiden name?
It's the same daughter. It's not all daughters. All daughters are not getting that treatment. So make it make sense.
It does make sense.
Where?
You didn't get nothing I just said?
I heard what you just said.
But
and
you
said
you didn't absorb it.
I'm not going to absorb it because it's a very isolated situations. It's not. These are not. First of all, men that love their daughters, that cherish their daughters, right? that know that their daughters are going to produce grandsons and granddaughters is not going to do no shit like that.
Do you do understand
We're
that
talking about in history, right?
in history, female children
Have no say on
have
who
no
they
say.
marry.
Were not
They
needed
still
or
do
wanted.
it to this day. in
Male
third world
children
countries.
were and still are
the prize.
the prize.
Oh, not today though.
Only in America.
Not today.
Yeah, I'm about to say maybe only in America they're
but
not.
In other countries.
Okay.
But
So
the
we're
baby
talking
boy,
about
the
America,
boys, the male
Americanized
Let's
sons.
be
women,
specific, yeah, let's be
Americanized
specific.
women. They think they the prize.
And it's not even just Americanized
And
women.
here's
It
my
also
thing. I'm
goes
not.
into
I didn't want to take that word and have anybody run with it, but it's always been, and this is our culture. I'm not talking about Americanized culture. I'm not
Right.
talking about us being colonized. I'm talking about in the motherland, in Africa, where we are from. Male children have always been the prize. Kings want to have sons. They didn't want daughters. Daughters were the lesser than. Even
And if they
and
did
even
have
and still
daughters-
to this day in some smaller countries, they get castrated.
Who get castrated?
Women.
Women.
Yes.
They castrate women,
You know
not
how
the
they-
men,
Shucks, just so they don't get any enjoyment out of sex.
because they are property.
Your job is to lay on your
You're
back.
telling
and be
me
barefoot
in
and pregnant.
today's
Yes.
Yes.
women are being castrated.
Yes,
Exactly.
I
And
was-
you know, do you know this is why a lot of wars get fought? Like to liberate women. Men die. Men die to liberate women.
No, they don't.
Whoa.
No, that's not the basis of the wars. 9 times out of 10 is a big
9 times out of 10,
The
a
basis
war
is
fought-
money.
A war is fought
power.
over religion, land, money, and women.
And
Land
religious
is money.
wars is over.
Do you
because
understand that?
property.
Land is money. Religion is money.
Understand?
War is money.
Understand? War.
Is money.
War is not money.
It
is.
is.
War is a game, right? For the victor, but it's not money.
War is like Monopoly.
War is not. It's definitely not like Monopoly.
It's like Monopoly.
So these are the reasons wars are fought: protecting women, gaining property, religion, or you can't practice your religion on my land.
So power, property, status. But
Because why?
a woman is
because
usually
men
men sacrificed
are
in a
competitive.
war to end a war, not
What?
to protect the woman, but to protect that tribe or that nation.
Women get sacrificed in the war to end a war.
Yes, or if my son marries your daughter, then we can have a truce. We can create a covenant because now our sons are.
Why are y'all reaching back in time?
I mean, it still goes on to this day in other countries, not necessarily in America, but in other countries it do still have.
Where do you hear of this at?
Read, like, you want me to send you some links? I like read
Please.
books.
Send us some
I'm
links.
just saying, like, where
Articles, like
where
world
do you
news.
hear of this?
Um,
Because news is 4 things.
It's propaganda.
National, entertainment, weather, and sports. There ain't nobody in the news
History
promoting
articles,
somebody
geographical articles.
marrying their daughter off. Where is that getting printed at? I just want to know.
Watch the national news.
watch world
National news, world news.
Watch
the world
journalistic
news.
takes from other countries,
I
smaller
watch
countries.
documentaries.
Watch business acquisitions, things like that.
Y'all-
It's everywhere.
Have y'all ever heard of weapons of mass distraction? Do you know what a weapon of mass
Yes.
distraction is?
TV.
Because that's what it sounds like that y'all looking at.
No,
Y'all
not
are looking
all.
at a bunch of weapons of mass distraction.
Okay.
I hear you, and I understand where you're coming from, but I have to respectfully disagree.
So you think that this is accurate information that you're being fed?
Is any other information that we're ever being fed accurate? Like strictly 100%
The
pure,
information-
unadulterated truth?
Yeah, the information that your eyeballs are taking in.
But but it's also based upon your individual perception as well.
So when you hear things, right? When you sit and you watch and you hear things,
I read more than I.
Or
listen.
even if you read things, because that ain't nothing but 26 letters rearranged to fit somebody else's perspective.
So are words, and
that's what I just said.
Yeah.
Right, so whether you're reading it or whether somebody else is saying it, it's just the alphabet being rearranged to give you a way of thinking.
I hear you.
So you have to have discernment on what you're taking in and what you're actually going to regurgitate.
Right, if it applies, let it stick. If it don't, let it fly.
Yeah, like eat the meat and throw away the bone. No homo.
Somebody might even like the bones. Like, shoot, make a broth out of it.
That's all I'm saying. So as far as a boss chick, there's nothing wrong with being a boss chick, right? But being the man you might become might be the man you looking for. Because if you got to be in your masculine energy.
So you're saying being a boss chick is being masculine? Said it.
I said the man being in your masculine energy. I said there's nothing wrong with being a boss chick. That was the first thing I said.
Right.
And then I said, but being in your masculine energy, the man you might become might be the nigga you looking for.
Okay. So how does that equate to a boss chick?
It's two separate things.
Okay.
And that's why I separated them by what I just said. I don't think you were letting it. I don't think you were letting it marinate.
That's why I asked you a question to clarify.
Yeah. So being a boss chick, there's nothing wrong with being a boss chick. Being in control of yourself and being able to regulate your emotions and your thinking, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But being in a masculine energy is going to cause you to be combative with men, and no man want that, right? No man wants to have to be combative after he had to go out and fight the entire world all day and then come home and have to fight his woman too. You might as well just stay single, homeboy. You feel me? Like at the end of the day,
I'm single.
At the end of the day, because you want to be in your masculine energy, that's why you single?
She didn't say that. You
Oh.
looking over there.
For her.
That's because I be over here quiet, minding my
Right,
business.
she don't be saying nothing.
Not going to do.
Listen, me and you haven't been having this podcast
Exactly,
tonight.
because
She ain't been saying nothing. So
Nope.
if I only heard, listen, I only heard something in my headphones because I'm looking down like this and I
because you
hear a
know
voice.
why I be over here quiet?
Because she don't have nothing to say.
Because I'm in my feminine energy, and what I'm not going to do is go back and forth when I know what I know, what I know. So I'm going to be over here and I'm going to be quiet.
I got to put the camera on you. Say that. Repeat that again.
I said I'm over here quiet because what I'm not going to do in my feminine energy is go back and forth when I know what I know, what I know. So I'm going to be over here quiet.
And that's the whole thing, right? That's it right there. You just hit the nail on the head, right? Because when you in your feminine energy and you know what you know, that means you already know the outcome. Right, so you can set up that chessboard from a queen's. Now, the queen is the most powerful piece on the board.
Always.
The most powerful piece. Right, the king does not have more power on the board than the queen. So when you in your feminine energy and you know what you know, like she just said, you don't have to say a fucking thing.
Nope. And that's why I be over here quiet.
You don't have to say nothing. You can manipulate men and let them think they came up with the fucking idea.
I do.
And plant the shit in their fucking mind. But you can't do that from a masculine energy because that door is going to be fucking shut. And then you let that nigga think that whole idea was his. And you get no rebuttal.
And that's why I'm in my feminine energy.
And this is why the queen is the most powerful piece on the fucking board. We can't zip around that fucking board. We move one square at a time. So when you're having conversations, especially as a man, you're having conversations with multiple women and they're jumping all over the fucking board and going back in time and talking about shit from last month and last year and 3 days from now, and we're not going to be able to keep up with that shit. We move one square at a fucking time. So when a woman wants to cause confusion, this is what she does. But when you're in your feminine energy and you know what you know, like you know what you know, you don't have to say shit and manipulate the whole board to get the outcome that you desire. This is how you set up silence in the studio.
just your opinion, but cool.
It is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all opinions. Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah.
Just like they all have assholes.
Right. And sometimes they are the asshole.
And did you know
Facts.
that humans were bred from the ass first and then everything else formed?
Ain't that amazing?
I know. Right? The lips and the asshole have the same type of skin, but none of the rest of the human body does. Like,
In the same
And your
skin
nipples.
that's in your mouth, a pussy is made out of.
Your nipples.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that
Also,
later.
your areolas. That's why they're the same color as your lips. And
Yeah.
your,
Hold, so you telling me a nipple is the same as an asshole?
your,
Not the same color. Some people's are.
So sucking a
your
nipple.
lips,
Yep.
your areolas, and your anal hole are all the same color.
Okay.
I guarantee you.
It's not, but okay. For me, it's not, but okay.
It is.
Okay.
So now I'm looking
When
at
you go in the bathroom, look at your nipples. They the same color as your lips.
everybody pull out their nipples.
Nah. That's why I see something nervous.
Okay,
real
so
quick.
I actually had somebody on my page that said, his name is T. Williams. Hey, what's up, T? He said he knows people personally in his culture now that still get married to who their parents pick out for them. And my boss at my job, he is Pakistani, I think, or whatever.
So
yeah, Middle Eastern years.
Yeah, Middle Eastern. He met his fiance that he's getting married to now on a Pakistani website, and his parents picked her out.
okay.
They don't live together. They barely see each other, but they're getting married
And
next
that's
year.
honestly, that's more progressive and more modern than what some other
I
cultures
like that
do.
idea, but this is what I want to
more.
know. This is what I want to know. Your guy on your page, right? What ethnicity is he?
Middle Eastern.
No, T, where you from? What's your ethnicity? What's your culture?
But he said the people that he know is Pakistani.
No, I said my boss.
Oh, no, but what did
is.
he say?
I'm about to find. He didn't. He just said,
He knows people that still
Yeah.
arrange
Yeah.
marriages.
Yeah.
Are these people?
and he's very black. I didn't mean to say it like that.
All right, so this is what I want to. Do y'all know the
He said they're Africans.
They're Africans. My man that you had met is African too, and they do that. So my thing is this: do y'all know what the
I never
income-
said he was Pakistani, and he said that.
the income for middle class is?
Right now,
Yeah.
it's between, they say 57 and 93,000.
For the average, you talking about?
Middle class. What would you need
Yeah, the
to make?
average middle class.
What would
right?
you need to make to be middle class?
I think it's like 45.
No.
Well, how much is it?
It's about, I think it starts at,
No,
Blue
don't
collar,
get-
you
mean blue
don't get-
collar?
no, middle class.
Middle
It
class,
starts
period.
I think it starts at like 57 to 93, and that's gross.
No.
So what is it?
To be middle class, you need $174,000. Okay, so when you're talking about marrying, so two people that makes $100,000 a piece, right? It's only middle fucking class.
Upper middle class, yeah.
That's not even upper middle class.
There's
That's
three
lower.
Now in
Right now in 2024,
Oh shit.
200,000, $100,000 a piece.
And then you think about it, that's gross. You're not even
Right,
thinking
you're
about
not even
the
bringing it
taxes
home.
And yeah.
But 200,000, $100,000 a piece is bottom of middle class, right? Because technically there is no middle class. Technically,
Yeah, it's not.
you're either rich.
And then they take out so much more the higher you make.
So when you're talking about arranged marriages, for what? In America, for what?
Well, in America, the middle class don't do arranged marriages. It's only the top.
So
1%
what I
that
wanted
you
to
had.
know from my guy that came on her page, where is these people? What is these people tax bracket to be arranging marriages?
That's a great question for him.
They tax bracket got to be
Being in people's business like that?
All in their money.
well,
all in
he
their pocket.
offered this information. I'm not in nobody's business.
No,
No,
I
it's
said
just a
he.
cultural
Oh.
thing.
Well, being somebody
Yeah, because
knock on his neighbor doing X amount of
middle
money.
middle class,
In America.
bottom of middle class in America is 174,000.
So damn.
we poor.
Oh shit.
Niggas making $100,000 a year is poor. Poor. Yeah.
That's why you gotta
Don't
have
wipe your mic off. You going
it,
hard with
yelling.
that pee, boy.
Yo,
Listen, I've been pushing P. I've been pushing P.
I'm
Babe.
half deaf.
Right?
Yelling in the mic.
I've been pushing P, player. You heard me? Listen, so my thing is, I'm
Pressurized
not
points.
arranging no marriages for my daughters. Like, I don't make enough. If I made enough money, right? Even still, first of all, I don't want you bringing nobody into this fucking family that can fucking take away from what we have gathered for ourselves. And that even go for my son. I seen this clip where the guy was talking to the girl, his son's wife. And he's like, "You're marrying my son for his money." And she was like, "I love your son. I'm not marrying him for his money. I'm marrying him for your money."
Because he ain't got none.
Yeah, compared to you.
Like, we just gotta wait you out. Old
Yeah. The land, the houses, the shit.
Right, if you put
she
yourself
said,
in
"I'm not.
trust."
I love your son. I'm not marrying him for his money. I'm marrying him for your money." And it's the same thing with daughters. Niggas, find a nigga that's rich and get in with the daughter. Nigga, you in there? It's a nigga dating Bill Gates' daughter.
So I read this article online. It was like
laying
on
that
MSN,
pipe.
right?
Yeah.
This couple, well, there's two of them. This couple was married for about, I'm gonna say 30 years. When they got married, the husband bought their first home. The wife did not know that the husband did not buy the home through their community money, basically, or their community assets. He bought the home out of a trust that was set up for him prior to them being married. This wasn't California. This was like one of those other states, because you know California is like a community property state. But what happened was she got advice from a lawyer, and the lawyer basically stated this: if the husband buys property or buy your home or anything that you live in
not
out of a
entitled to it.
trust outside of your community property, and your name is not on the
Yep.
you know, the deed or whatever, then you're screwed when he passes, because now he could pass it on to one of his children or allocate it the way that he sees fit.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's a way to get around marrying somebody for their money as well.
I mean, I think that soccer player that
Oh, put everything in his mom's
everything
name?
in his fucking mom's name.
Oh my God, no, that
and she thought she was up.
she did.
She thought she was up. But y'all know what a gray wedding is, right? You ever heard of a gray wedding?
No.
Have you ever heard of a gray wedding?
No.
The gray wedding is like
A great way.
a gray wedding.
Like you're married but not married?
No, you're married. But what a woman that implements a gray wedding does, it's a 10-year plan. Right?
I love a contract.
It's a contract. There's no love involved, but he don't know this.
Oh, like a Janet Jackson and her.
I love a contract. I'm excited. Tell me more.
There's no contract because he does not know. So what she does is she'll give this guy a child. She'll marry this guy, get him to buy the house, provide the house, everything, pay the house off, fixed rate mortgage and everything, and then divorce him after 10 years
So you can
just
have
to
your
get the
money
fucking
locked
house.
in.
So you got 30-year rate fixed mortgages and shit like that, right? But to get somebody to pay the mortgage off early and you walk away from a marriage with a child, alimony, child support, and a fucking house.
Oh yeah, I heard of this.
Yeah.
It's called a
Kind
great,
of like what
I
Janet
know
Jackson
some.
did.
it's a
to-
great wedding.
She stayed married to that what was that Saudi prince
That
guy for
prince.
like 5 years and
Had a
had
baby.
baby. She get like 100 or 200 million or something like that, and that's basically what happened.
Listen,
I love a contract.
my love, my emotions are not contractual, right? There, because first of all, Contracts
last
are
week's
not unconditional. Contracts are conditional. Like, I'm not doing no shit like that.
Yeah, that ties back to last week's episode. Is black love unconditional? Remember
Not when it comes to contracts. And marriage is a contract.
It's conditional.
That's why we used to jump a broom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we jumped a broom. We didn't do...
We jumped the broom because we weren't allowed.
Even before then.
Throw some rice.
Even before then. Even before, like, our history does not start with slavery. Let's not get it fucked up.
Wait. Our history does not start with slavery, but 5 minutes ago when we were just talking about our history before slavery and what was happening with people being married off, that we know our history don't start with slavery because that's what we were talking about.
I see what she did here.
We was talking about our history before slavery, before we got colonized, and how families were brought together through husbands and daughters and sons being married, and
so you're
women
talking
being
about tribes
property.
were being brought together through marriages.
Marriage.
You did. I had to say the word
Arranged
tribe.
Okay, so even still, right? And I've seen, you know, History Channel documentaries and things of that such on that particular subject, right? And a lot of the times, women were in love with other men and were being married off, and what would they do? Bounce. They would leave and run away with the actual man that they love, right? So, and then tribes would go to war, and millions of people would get killed and die.
Because she didn't fulfill.
Her duty. So there's one thing to have a contract. There's a whole other thing to have a duty. And being a wife, and being a husband, there is a duty. Your happiness don't fucking matter.
And that's what we were saying.
So being married off, right,
has nothing to do with love or your
happiness.
It's a business because I am property. That's what we were just saying.
That's what we just said. That
it's a business, man.
So you're making it about being property, and I'm telling you, it's a duty.
It's a business.
That's not being property is not duty.
A marriage is a duty, which is considered to be a business, and both parties in that business can basically be considered each other's property. At least that's what I think, yes. Because you think about it like this, marriage is not unconditional based off of love. You basically have to satisfy conditions with each other.
First of all, I don't have to, if I love you, right, I don't have to marry you.
Listen, love them.
You're not
don't
in
make
an
the world
African
go
tribe
around.
either.
Yeah.
The institution, right, marriage here is an institution.
We back in the United States, okay.
We never left. Y'all been traveling around
because
the world to prove your point. I never left.
Traveling around the world. But you went back to.
I didn't go back anywhere. When I said jump the broom,
we gonna have to watch this.
Hold on. When I say jump the broom, y'all said slavery, and I said our history don't start with slavery. I still never left America.
Our history don't start with slavery, which means it starts before America.
No, we were on every continent.
Okay.
We were on every continent.
Yeah, clarification though.
That's clear, and what's understood don't need to be explained. We were on every continent. Even we ran Europe.
The Moors.
Okay? So when I say our history don't start with slavery, I'm not leaving Turtle Island.
Child.
Yeah. Got me fucked up.
Lord.
You hear me? So
I don't.
No. I mean, the frequency, you got to be in the frequency to hear me.
Somebody said duty? Yes, Genevieve, duty.
Yeah, it's not about being property. It's about fulfilling duty, destiny, manifest destiny.
Because for marriage, if one party or the other party is not satisfied and that unsatisfaction keeps going basically unregulated or unchecked, what happens? There's a dissolution of marriage. Or you're in this contractual agreement that's sucking the life out of you. So
right. And sometimes it's like that with a job, ain't it?
What the? Okay.
I'm just saying, you know, I be connecting the dots sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's not about being your father's property, because for me, I don't think children come from us. They come through us. Mm-hmm. They don't belong to us, right? Like people like, oh, that's my child. That's kind of debatable. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, they're their own person. They are not some possession as a mother or a father or like you have a duty to your child. Mm-hmm. You don't own them. They're not your private possession.
Parents raise your child in the way they should go. So when they are old, they shall not depart from the doctrine.
And again, and this is where I differ. Like I don't raise my children.
I guide my children and fuck them kids.
Yeah, I tell them this is what I did. This is what worked for me. It may not work for you. Do your own research and find out what you going to be comfortable with. Mm-hmm. But this is how I did it. I can show you what I did. I can show you how I maneuvered. I can tell. But what worked for me may not work for you.
Right.
You not me. I'm not you. You might get a different result. You know what I'm saying? You might not have the ingredients. Right. And just for clarification. What I did as a rap artist in Philadelphia, my son is 20 times better than me as a rapper. 20 times better than me. But he will never, I'm not going to say never. The way I went about putting my name in the ether and getting it spread in my city or up and down the East Coast, he's not going to be able to do that. Because he don't have what I have because he wasn't made in the factory that I was made in. The factory out now. He wasn't. I was made in the 80s with the grit, with the tenacity, where I live in Philadelphia where you can get killed before 18, where people die before they 20. Quote.
No, 2 hours.
Oh damn, we done went 2 hours on here.
I try not to say that on air, but yeah.
No, it's all good. We done went 2 hours on here. I guess we've made up for any show where we lacked off.
I don't think we've lacked off yet.
We started shows late. We even though we might have went like a half an hour longer on another show.
Our average is about an hour and 36 minutes each show.
And it should be only about an hour. I know Instagram is gonna cut off before an hour.
It's not.
Huh?
It's not. I've been on here since the beginning, so
But you go live. You go live often.
I do go live often.
I don't go when you don't.
And
go
I don't
live
go
often?
live often either. And I've been on here since the gun bus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Since the gun bus.
Since the gun
That's
bus.
what she had said.
All right, listen. I hope y'all got the information. If whatever y'all could take from what we gave y'all tonight, man, as far as being a boss chick or wanting a man to play the role of a wife or a husband, it's entirely up to you to, whatever it is that you feel you're going to need out of your partner or who you want to connect with. It's entirely up to you. But my viewpoint is make sure that you connect with somebody who core values matches yours. They can be taller than you or shorter than you, fatter than you, wider than you, prettier than you, uglier than you. None of that shit is going to fucking matter. The container.
Make sure they're teachable.
The container
malleable
doesn't matter, right? That learning curve does. You guys hit the nail on the head with that one. That learning curve of who you are and who they are. And I heard somebody say something today that really hit home with me. What did this guy say? A man that is dating a broke man. He said the guy. This shit resonated with me. Women shouldn't matter if a man is broke or don't have any money. What should matter is that man educated or have any wisdom, because if he is
willing to grow, basically. If
he has any wisdom or any education, he can fix that being broke part. But if that man is has no wisdom or education, right, and has to insert his dominance over you in some way, but he can't do it financially, he can't do it with his wisdom, he's going to use his fists.
Yeah, so that's a type of person you need to stay away from, man or woman.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you're not willing to learn, like, even if you don't have it all, but if you're not willing to show the traits that you're willing to learn and grow and be better than what you were, then stay the fuck away from me.
And guys, just understand that yes, you can learn from a woman. Like, a woman can teach you even in her silence. Even with her not saying a word, there is still something that you can learn in that patience, that understanding. There is a lot that you can learn, especially when you're trying to master your feminine energy, because a lot of men, I think Michael Jackson and Prince did it the best.
Man, he was getting all the bitches in 6-inch heels.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do it the way that they did it. I would never be able to do it the way that them guys did it, as far as mastering that feminine energy, and which was the reason I came up with Mankode and Cold World, because masculine and feminine are a part of the same consciousness.
It's like yin
right?
and yang.
So even a woman that uses masculine energy, she has to know how to assert it or administrate it through her femininity.
Thanks.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because when you allow that you got to put the coating on the peel. You can't just get somebody some raw fucking medicine and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This shit is nasty. I want that shit.
It's like you gotta
put some great flavor on that motherfucker.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Just a touch of honey.
Just a little bit, honey. Like, you have to know how to administrate that masculinity through your femininity. Mm-hmm. You can't just go at it. You
can't just be like, girl, that's not what I'm saying.
You can't just go at it, nigga, and be like, what, pussy, I slapped shit out you, nigga.
No, like, as a woman, even don't get me wrong, like, listen, I used to box,
but I want to talk to a man like
or on the other hand, all that, no cap, bro.
I hate that shit so bad.
I don't talk to men like that.
Yeah,
and I don't want my man talking to me like that.
I hate that the youth do. Where did that even come from?
What is you like?
But I don't want a man to talk to me like that.
Like, yeah,
as a woman, I'm not going to talk to a man like that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not calling no woman my bro. I'm not calling no woman my bro.
I will work the shit out of you.
I'm the type of person I'm the type of person. Yes, sir. No, sir. Mister. How you doing?
That's my thing. I say sir a lot.
Yeah, that could be taken very. I guess if you haven't mastered your triggers, right? Because for one, when you call me sir, I'm not retired.
I'm not calling you old.
No, I'm talking about as a male.
But it's a respect thing too.
It's not a sir. Is a retired. You're retired.
Most men take it as respect.
That's like calling them
because most men probably don't know the capacity of the fucking word. When you're calling somebody sir, that man is retired and is no longer in the workforce.
That's your opinion.
That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Look it up.
That's your opinion.
That's not an opinion.
That's your opinion.
See, she's in her masculine energy and she wants to challenge my masculinity. She's trying to challenge. She's trying to challenge my pimp right now.
You say that it means you're old and retired. No, it can also be.
I said nothing about being old.
Retired.
I could be retired at 20.
Okay, so you don't. All right, so if you're 20 and I call you sir, is that a problem?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
All right.
Yeah, respect my pimping. I'm retired at 20. That means I'm playing the game life better than most motherfuckers.
You guys, also, don't forget to drop your insights and comments or thoughts on today's episode. Also, you guys, don't forget to drop your insight, your thoughts, and your comments on today's episode or even previous episodes in our comment box. We would love to highlight some of the things you say, but we still have one more question that needs to be answered for.
You know what? Ain't nobody answered them joints. So what we're going to do, like I said, this $25 gas card is going to sit here, and we're going to have another Who Got Lyrics on Thursday. It's going to be a little bit more challenging. We're going to have all 9 questions because I'll have my questions, and I think everybody will have their questions by Thursday. So we're going to write those questions out on the live, and you're gonna have to go live with us to answer those questions.
Well, can we bring people on the camera to like answer the questions?
That's what I said. They're gonna have to go live with us.
Like that little block thing.
Yeah, we're gonna bring them live with us to answer the questions, to give away this gas card.
Perfect.
DJ Killer Cow answered about 4 of those questions. 4 out of 5 of those questions. So I got a Mankode hat for you, bro. I got a man code hat for you.
I think I'm gonna wear my man code merch the next time.
You don't have no man code merch.
Yes, I do. You keep telling me this, and I hear
You got Cold World merch.
Nowhere on here does it say "sir" is a
retired
derivative
person
or means retired person. You said that before, and I was like, nah, that don't.
What did
make
it say?
sense. Oh, you want me to read it? It says, "Sir." Used as a polite or respectful way to address a man, especially one in the position of authority. Another definition, used to address a man in the beginning of a formal or business letter. In Britain, sir is used as a title before the giving name for a knight.
So that would be sire, right? It would be the abbreviation of sire.
That's what it says, the abbreviation of sire.
Okay. So sir being the abbreviation of sire, what was the role of a sire?
Yeah, you want me to look that up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
a respect thing.
Oh, I thought you was over there Googling it. No? You
No.
just... What was the role of a sire? Providing inspection or advice on the condition of a ship, their structural components. That's what a sire does.
So, what did it say again?
A sire inspects, is an independent Marian providing inspection and advice.
Mariner or Marion?
M-A-R-I-N-E.
Mariner.
That's not Mariner.
No.
M-A-R-I-E.
Marin.
Marin. E-R at the end.
No.
Marin. Okay.
Okay, you know what?
Where'd you get your definition
that may
from?
have been my own personal perspective.
Yeah.
And I can admit to that.
That's fine. You know, just for us to know people who are in the military, sir, has always been a respect thing. Something to have to do.
Yes, sir. No, sir. And these people are not retired. My father was a Marine, and this is how they answered their commanding officers, right? So,
when I say sir, it's a respect thing, and I say sir a lot.
I do.
it's very
To certain
condescending.
people,
It's
to
very
certain people.
so when most women use the word sir, it's usually in a combative conversation where they're being condescending.
But it shouldn't be.
But it is.
I'm pretty sure it's been mornings that I've texted you like, "Good morning, sir. How are you doing?" It's just for me, it's a word of endearment, but also shows respect.
Respect. That's how
I don't know how you can use "sir" in a combative type of environment, because basically, if somebody wants to argue with you,
Ma'am,
okay,
calm down, ma'am.
all right, sir.
There you go.
But that's not disrespectful. That's not
I didn't
combative.
say disrespectful. I said condescending.
That doesn't sound condescending.
It does.
It
It
don't.
does. It's very condescending.
It's about how you say it, but not what you're saying. Basically.
Right. So, if I'm an older male and you're younger than me, and I say young lady, right? But you're younger than me, but I say ma'am, that's being condescending, especially. Or now when you're talking to a younger man and you're using the word sir, right? You like what?
I like stuff like that.
I like to be called ma'am. That means I have some maturity or
I like for
on me.
whoever to call me ma'am, and I like saying the word sir to men, especially young men. And I have no problem calling a young man, or a young woman a young woman.
Just like Mr.
Okay.
But who really uses Mr.?
I do sometimes too.
Like Mr. Man.
That's just that sounded
No, AB.
that sounded very
No.
that sounded very sus.
Very sus.
Mr. Man, you calm down, Mr. Man.
Hey, Mr.
You want to cut
Man.
somebody off, say it like that. Hello, Mr. Man. What you say, Mr. Man?
little Mr. Man.
Exactly. That's condescending. That sounds. Calling someone Mr. Man is very condescending.
Because it's a double negative.
It's very condescending.
Right. Like, oh, man.
See, it's a
All
difference.
right, so maybe you guys say, listen here, lady, ma'am, some shit like
That's
that.
very condescending.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's some
But
condescending.
being called ma'am is not. I don't mind being
Right.
called ma'am.
All right,
I
all
don't
right.
mind being called madam. I
Listen.
prefer goddess. But
I can. Don't ever think that I can't be wrong. It doesn't happen often. It's a very rare occasion.
Okay.
But it can happen. It can happen.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm splitting my sides over here.
Okay.
All right, listen, we're going to go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. This has been raised in the 80s. We did the Who Got Lyrics. We didn't go behind the bars. We're going to have a behind the bars for y'all. We definitely got into the insight, but we're going to start breaking these segments up. Right, and do 15-minute increments, and
that's the plan eventually.
That has been the plan, but we need to bring up the part of the show that we're on the screen behind Divine Styles to let y'all know like where we are, and don't forget that the screen behind AB is definitely up for advertisement. If you have something that you need to advertise or you want to promote on the show, get at us, DM us, inbox us on Instagram, any of us. Right, and we'll get you those details on how we can make that happen. But until the next time, take care of yourself and others. Because no man is an island. And we are going to get...
We is lands, though.
Say what?
He is lambs.
There is lambs.
I want some lamb.
And we out of here.
Bye, guys. I'm hungry.
What is it? They wanna get a game of age limit, but let a lame spit it, say it ain't the same when Melly Mel did it. I get it, this is grown man business, a young man sport, but no, this ain't tennis. I ain't going back and forth with no critic. They talk it, I live it, them trenches, I'm in it. No gimmicks, I don't need a cosign. They wanna ride a nigga coattails, that's fine. See, I'm one of a kind, they don't make those. Better get your pesos, wrist with the face froze. I ain't with them a-hoes, I can spot a plain clothes from a mile away. You can put the smile away. 50 years of hip hop, this a holiday. Far from finished, still got a lot.